Hey all, just wanted to check in after week one, now that we are underway. Say hello, say terrific work on all of the writings. It's really enjoyable to read all of them. Fun to read, Bat Hernan and Chile, so perfect application for an international quality type class, right? Cool examples coming from outside the US there. A few folks from Collins that are sharing stories behind the scenes. Don with some examples from the food industry. Gosh, I hope that the food industry has the quality figured out by now, because we're all eating your stuff, Don. A couple of reminders as we get into the writing assignments. I'll start as we go into the next few weeks, drilling down a little bit more on a few of these things. The class is written such that they are asking for works cited on all of these responses. So even if the works cited are the assigned readings from the class, that's okay. But just don't forget to put a little works cited or a references section at the bottom that shows the materials that kind of prompted the basis for your responses. And then of course extra bonus above and beyond points for finding references and sources outside of the assigned reading too. If the assigned reading makes you think of stories or think of examples that you've seen in the wild, go find those examples and bring them back for the whole class to benefit from as well. A couple of nitpicky things that I'll always kind of try to call out when I catch it in writing. When we're at the MBA level, right, we want to make sure at this point that we're understanding when to use the word its, like ITS, right, when there's an apostrophe and when there isn't, and super easy to check that. Anytime you have the word its and you use an apostrophe, just read it as it is and see if that still makes sense in the sentence. And if not, then you drop the apostrophe, right? So we don't need to use an apostrophe to show possession or anything like that in the word its. Also be careful too of the word using that versus the word who. So this isn't as much of an egregious kind of sin, so to speak, but it reads a little smoother. It sounds a little more polished when we're talking about people, to say there are people who do something instead of people that do something, right? That refers to a thing and who refers to a person. So we can say, there are companies that are very good at quality. And that's a good use of the word because a company is not a person. But if we say, there are engineers in Germany who are very good at quality, right? We want to use the word who because an engineer is a person. So just a small tweak to try to kind of continue to elevate writing, and I'll point out little tidbits and pointers like this as we see them. But terrific work on week one. Looking forward to reading responses even more in week two and hearing the discussions back and forth. And as always, reach out if there are questions or anything I can do to help you through the online course. Have a great week all.